I think if people want to know, like, what do I do today to make a better gut microbiome, which I think is kind of the underlying of that's, we want to know, how do we get healthier? I think it's important to look at what we know has a negative impact on the gut and what of those we can change. So we know the environment is important, but environmental toxins are really huge. They have really negative, they're like a hammer to the gut. They can kind of really negatively impact what's there and what survival you have. So things like pesticides, heavy metals, mold. So those, being aware of what's in your environment and what things you can improve and avoid are key. Your diet, things high in sugar, high in kind of, high in sugar, low in fiber. Those aren't good for your gut. And so being aware of the fact that the foods that you eat are feeding what's in your gut, and you want them there and you want them healthy. So being aware of what foods you're eating and how those can impact, what's in your gut. Eating a diverse diet feeds a number of different bacteria and things in your gut. So the more diverse diet you have, the more, diverse bacteria you're feeding. We always suggest is like, try to eat 50 different foods every week.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot, but if you eat a mixed greens pack, that's going to have, 5 or 6 different types of greens. That's 5 or 6 different types of food. So while it sounds like a huge number, if you really sit down and look at what you're ingesting, you're eating a lot of different foods, but the more diverse that becomes, the more diverse, gut you can feed. And I mean, things that we know are already bad for us, we appreciate are bad for the gut. Being really stressed, not sleeping well, smoking, excessive drinking, those things are bad for you as a whole, but they're also really bad for your gut microbiome. So being aware of things that negatively impact your overall health, which also negatively impact your gut, are really important to understand, because those are changes you can make that help kind of restore the gut that you have.